The frequency is the second part to the first one. The frequency, you could see it on the camera. It was pointing, because there's one on me. The main one's on me. The satellite's pointing me. That's the victim. Okay, it was pointing at me. So as I'm walking to the house and I'm like this, and I have my camera and I'm showing everybody, it's sprinkling, it's raining, it's cold, it's winter time, and I'm barely can see the house. The frequency light's beaming on me like that, and I'm explaining to you, that's the ones that raped me. These are the people that did voyeurism to me. They got my family in there, and the frequency light's on me. I loaded that up on YouTube already, so it's in the database. But since the satellite has chased me over here to another state, the law states this. This is the law. It's called Outer States Compact or something like that. I can get you the title, USA title, something. I'll do that. I should have did it right now, but I didn't. Anyways, in other words, let me break it down. The law states the county and the states and the feds were doing something to you. And now you came to another state. What purposes? Legal purposes, to find legal help. Okay, you have a constitutional right that allows you to do that. Civil right to do that. You're a taxpayer, okay? Now, but it followed you, the crimes followed you over here. That means, guess what? Everything stays on federal level now. The county are responsible for it, and the state over there in California doesn't relieve them of the responsibility. But what it's made for is to help you. It's to show the seriousness, that law's made that way, to show the seriousness of crimes not being taken care of in another state, allowed to continue after 30 years. What it shows that, guess what? There's going to be a serious punishment, and certain people of certain agencies are going to want some explanation. They're going to say, there's no fucking reason, excuse my language, for that satellite to come over with all them crimes to another fucking state. It stays federal now. That's the big boys. So what happens is, the county and the state here of Las Vegas, they cannot do anything to me. They cannot warrant to do anything to me because it's none of their business. They're saying that's how serious it is. Federal can only get, and if I go back to California, it's even worse, because guess what? You can't change back and forth like that. You go back to California, all of a sudden back. It's not made for that. It's made for law enforcement to see, look, it's going to stay federal now. Somebody better put this thing away now. Manuals of victimism, you have to shut it down. It's going to keep getting worse. And federal money pays a lot more money on it. Make sure you understand there is money involved. The loss is no more county and state. Everything is way up. Listen, you get you get 3 times the amount in a lawsuit. Now, if I came over here to relieve myself of being tortured, raped, and conspiracy to commit murder, no constitutional rights, no civil rights, no humane rights, defamation of character to the point I can't have sex in 20 years home. That's how much damage was done to my reputation. Then guess what? See, but they don't understand. And I've come over to find a lawyer to get all those men and women of all races and colors and creeds out. Because they were done exactly the same way. I got 15 false imprisonments last year alone. All of them been thrown out of court to fall the charge. That doesn't mean you don't have a lawsuit. It just means the charges were, except one, 90 days. And that's the one that's going to open it up for every single thing I do. Because they did voyeurism to me there. They did torture me in a county facility. They didn't take me to court in 72 hours. They took me 18 days later, depriving me of my constitutional civil rights of due process. And that's what exposes everything. When that happened, and the earthquake shook the ground, as soon as I went in there, remember, I'm a Christian of 30 years. I have the Lord's all about the Lord. I mean, that's my number one thing. I'm a man of faith. And no goodness can shine on any man or woman to 10 million people. You can say it has nothing to do with the Lord Jesus Christ. You got something you might not believe it, but you cannot deny it. It has to be spiritual. Nobody's that good except the Lord to one another. Since when does one man have 10 million men and women in the best interest? Show me a man. It ain't me. Show me. It's the Lord. And if the Lord puts that in me, then I'm that man. But just to say that Manuel's that, no, there's no special men here. We're all the same. We want to be right. But that's I'm just telling you, that comes from the Lord above, man. That is the grace that he said, I tell you, everybody. Because if it's wrong for Manuel to have 15, he's going to get money for it. What's the difference between Manuel and all those people in prison? Show me the difference. If it's unconstitutional for Manuel and he's coming, then I'm sorry. The Lord said it has to be fair for every single person, men, women, color, creed, period. Because then he can't be a true God. He can't lead me or lead a church in the right direction because he's impartial. He's not being fair. And nobody wants to serve a God like that. I don't care what your religion is. It has to be fair. And that's what we got here. So everything I do, county, besides that one thing, and they side released me. Other than that, but I barely got here, The streets hadn't even talked yet. But better understand, Victorville Sheriff Department, Sergeant Romero, Monroe Elizabeth Mills. Remember, Dawn, her sister, they were the first ones to be guilty of all these things to me. They sent, 2 days before I got here, they sent a bunch of sheriffs from Victorville that I didn't have on a case at all. But they came over here handing out those microphones and telling all kinds of people on the street who they were. I don't know the people. I have no clue who they talked to. I wasn't here. But word came through me. Word came out that they were here 2 days prior before you got here, Holmes, defamating your character. Who those people are, I don't know, man. I'm not a rat. That's none of my fucking business. My business is the Houdas came down here and they went through all these streets telling them all kinds of lies like California. And to this day, Holmes, I don't care if I have $1,000 in my pocket. I can't even walk down the street and get attention of a hooker. A homeless hooker, more or less. I can't make time. If I want to say, you would like to have a soda, I just want to know what's not one woman. Same thing as California, 20 years. That's how much damage they did it. Why did they do that damage? They have to keep you a victim. Don't you understand what a pedophiliac is? A pedophiliac that's on technology is a little different than a pedophiliac that's not on technology. The two different MOs. The philiac today that is on the rise, if I do not get that satellite down, is dangerous. Because what they do is they use the technology to do things towards kids, and we also know that they're making kiddie porn down in California. They admitted it already. It's on the internet. We've seen videos. We've heard videos. We've seen everything. Okay? They got an orphanage over there, too. Graffiti's the one into that really bad. He loves that stuff. Man, they had videos and everything. So, and then I'm a disabled, and they're doing invading my privacy. They're raping me. Most police, a lot of these new people that want to help them, they say that's not voyeurism. That's manual jacking. Listen to me. What do you think is why the constitutional rights? These people have no knowledge, Holmes. All these Lakers and TNT hosts and Obama and Cheech. Listen, they don't have anything here, Holmes. There's nothing left, Holmes. Que me lo rayo, Holmes. Now listen, I got a 5th grade education, Holmes. Something's not right in their head, Holmes. Because the constitutional rights of invasion of privacy should clear up what you're doing wrong. You're not allowed to look at any man that has 4 curtains up, or a tent up, or 4 drywalls, or a bedroom, or a bathroom in any fucking area of this world. You're not, when lights are out and the door's closed, what the hell you doing looking inside? Not here in the United States, you're not. You're not. You're just not. They don't understand. That's the first felony. They want, well, yeah, but we're seeing in there, okay, federal voyeurism is what? Federal voyeurism, especially on a disabled, means if you go into a restroom or anywhere, even in your tent, you pull down your pants, whether it's to air out, to wash up, or whether it's to take a shower, or whether to use a restroom, and they have technology of any kind, and they're focusing on that, and they can see your private part, they're, well, guess what, Holmes? You're through. You're through. That's all it takes. But these people are trying to say it's not true. So not having a man have sex for 20 years, tortured and raped, he can't, and this is Vegas, prostitution is legal, and you're going to tell me he can't make time, he's been here 2 months. So let's just say, for the record, he has an urge. God forbid Manuel has an urge. Oh, listen to me. It's not normal. He wouldn't be able to be alone. And you guys would be watching me. You're telling me there's nothing wrong with that. You're disgusting. You don't deserve anything. You deserve a cell, and that is it. You guys are fucking gone. Excuse my language, you two, but they're gone. So this is Manuel Willis. I'm going to sign out. I'm using too much energy. Christina and Arlene are barely alive still. Look it right there. You see that thing bouncing around? That's the frequency right there. It's on me. See that little thing like light? Look at that. I'm recording it. You see it? Anyways, listen. That's the frequency aimed at me. See? It changed colors right there as you move in the sun. That thing's on me. That's how they watch me, and that's how they hear me. My ears are locked onto that thing. You can see it. Anyway, listen to me. What I want to tell you is my number is 909. Watch that away. 702-528-9044. Email me at capital N. N is in Nancy, Nevada. Capital M is Emmanuel. At 00gmail.com. You can write to me. I'm going to try to find a post office here today. I'm going to forward my mail to another one. You can write me if you want to. 1555 East Holt Boulevard, Ontario, California, 91761. General delivery, Manuel Banuelos. Make sure you put that there. Okay? May the Lord bless you. Keep praying for all the homies coming out, all the brothers, all the Aryans, all the Paisas. They all get to come out of prison. Even the Mexican people, they get to come out. Now you say, well, how? They don't have no constitutional rights, though. No son that. It doesn't matter, Holmes. They were encaged illegally. Illegally. I don't care if you killed 20 people. If you went through the courts of the district attorneys in Rancho Cucamonga, starters, let me tell you, this is what happened. I'm going to give it to you a little bit more so you guys get this. I want it to go viral. 1992, an Ontario police officer and a department stated, Officer Scrafiti stated for them. Officer Scrafiti was the gang unit officer. He was a PD first and then became a gang unit. And then now he's works somewhere in the district attorney's office. Okay, Rancho Cucamonga. He stated this. Okay, he was talking to another officer on the internet. Somebody questioned him. They were torturing me. I was listening. He said, well, the way it happened was, fuck Holmes. He says, we kept arresting all these gang members and around the Ontario and around the area, and we turned them over to the district attorney, and the district attorney couldn't do anything to them, Holmes. And they were frustrated. We were frustrated year after year. We were going nowhere. So I said, fuck it. I heard about this satellite and somebody had something, and I was able to get my hands on it. He paid someone to steal it. It was supposed to be a souvenir for a man that thought he had deserved a souvenir. I do too. I believe in that. I believe sometimes military men bring their guns home. They have to hide them in tank. I don't see that. I'm sorry, home, but I'm just an American. You have a right. That's your baby right there. I think you do. So the man brought home a souvenir. It was to use in the weather. He was a Navy man. It was to use in the weather out there. The ships, a Navy man, they launched that satellite out, and it has a scanning machine on there, and it would scan the clouds, and they would come back down and send things down to the computer, to an internet computer, and they were able to log on and see everything they did and predict the weather for the ships next sail out or where they were going or coming. It has a feature like that on there. It shows the blue, the gray, the yellow, all that colors. It has infrared, it has night vision, it has warming seeking capabilities. It has a two-way communication on it. What happened was, he heard that somebody had this thing in storage. It was never used on nobody. The man retired. He just wanted to take it home and put him in a box and put it in storage. He didn't know till 25 years later it was gone. He doesn't know who has it. And listen to me. But his daughter, they had a daughter. She's a special lady. And she became a friend of mine through medical reasons. I met her in Victorville. And I had been a good friend to her. She had to go to jail for a couple of reasons, had nothing to do with this. And she's doing her time like a person's supposed to in Southern California. Listen to me. These people say she hates me. I don't care. I couldn't care less. I want her to be my friend. I've always wanted her to be my friend. She did a lot for me at a time. She really did. She used to help me get off the streets all the time. She didn't know what was going on. She said she'd put me in this place. She would support me here. She would sponsor me, per se, sponsor me, take me to another men's home. She'd say, listen, what do you need? She bought me clothes, shoes, everything. She said, I need you to get your life together. Your mom's worried about you. And I said, I know, Pauline. But Pauline didn't know they were pushing me in the background the whole time. She didn't know that. But now I haven't seen her in years, but she's a friend of mine. And I need her. She has a smart business sense in her. And I want her to come out, and I want to offer her an opportunity when I get all this money to help me to make a lot of these projects that I'm going to get into, even build the church. She's Buddhist, but she's starting to understand about Christianity. I know her. But I want her to help me. I got a lot of business adventures, and I'm going to need her expertise in. So I have to write her soon and see if she'll be my friend. But anyway, this young lady didn't do anything wrong. The police try to blame everything on me. You know what, man? I don't want to hear it. Anyways, her daughter is a beautiful person. And so the father, he passed away, I think, years ago. But they took that thing and they stole it. They bought it and they stole it. And he paid someone to steal it. And they got their hands on it. And graffiti stated this, once again. I got tired of picking up these people all around town. We got tired of it. So what I did is I got a hold of that satellite. I learned how to use it and I figured it out. I said, fuck it, man. I don't care. I'm going to put these people away, period. Period. I don't give a fuck. And I'll do it to this day. I don't care. And he was telling another officer that. It's recorded on the internet. And I said, son of a bitch, man. And to this day, they're still doing it. And another person asked him, why is his ears like that? He said, well, I wanted to put Manuel away for years because Manuel was arrested in 1983 for attempted murder on a police officer. Him and another dude from his neighborhood. And we were walking in the park late at night. And we were spray painting as youngsters. I was 16 years old. I'm not afraid to say what happened. It's the truth. And anyways, we were walking through the enemies. We were in enemy's territory, putting our placazo on the wall. Or vada, you know how that is in the 80s. And Huda drove up. He was behind us with his light shut off. So we ran home. Boom, we skedaddled. And we hid home. And the Huda was running around looking for us home. We just hiding, full of spray paint. Anyway, supposedly there was a noise, a pop or something. I thought it was a backfire. I thought the Huda wouldn't shot at you. We didn't do anything to deserve that. So I heard him run back and say, shots fired, need help, officer needs help. I said, what the fuck's going on here? We're in the bushes, So they hit us hard home. Every fucking detective, every Huda. I mean, there's 30, 40 Huda. Anyway, they arrested us. They took us to jail. They arrested him. He's 18-year-old. They put me in juvenile hall. 2 days later, the district attorney said, there's nothing here. She rejected it. She said, nothing there. There's nothing there. And the officers, he's the one that said, he said the same thing. He said, listen, I never heard those guys threaten me. And I never seen them pull out a gun. I never seen them, I didn't even see a flash come at me. He told the truth. But when I hear a pop, in those days, procedure is get back up, period. They're lucky they came out with their hands up or they would have been dead and we would have been in trouble. That's the way it was in the 80s, homie. Everybody didn't take no rest. So make a long story short, he said, I just wanted to hem him up. I believe. Oh, and then 2 days later, after that, we were out 2 days. Here comes him and Mendez, gang units, right back at us. We were back in the Vajo, over there in our neighborhood where we hung on projects, the projects right there in Parkside. And they pulled up with their guns out. Graffiti was a gang unit, and so was the Mendez. They were both there. Mendez controls he controls SWAT now. Well, they used all that satellite to climb up the ladder of success with that, but it's illegal. So anyway, they both come up, and me and him are hanging out. We're drinking a beer, and fucking he put the gun to us from right to our fucking head. They said, "Hands up, motherfuckers!" And they had it at our heads, and it was just us. It was 4 of us late at night, about 11 o'clock, And they told us, they said, "Check this out. You two fuckers are through. We're gonna kill you. Period. Period." Every officer agrees. you did do that. We said, we didn't do shit. I said, we don't know what the fuck you talking. The district attorney threw it out. I said, So from this point on, you two vatos, every block I said, if you motherfuckers, we pull up, we come around you, I said, and you don't have your hands, if your hands are in the pocket, we're going to shoot you, period. We're going to take a chance. And then we're going to explain to your families later. And that's when I knew they were serious, because one reason. In those days, in the 80s, the mothers in every barrio in Califas, if your mother was single, or if you had two parents or even single, you touch someone's kids, you're through, homes. Those jefitas all over, chica, they don't play that, home. Every jefita, these are my kids. We all have to live in this barrio. It goes for the juras, it goes for the milkman, it goes for it. I take care of my kids, period. Nobody lays a hand on them. And juras know that all over Califas. And when they said that, I said, man, we're going to have problems. So from that point on, that's what they used to do, homes. Juras would pull up, and they would open, as soon as they pull up, we'd turn around, they would open their doors like this, and they would look at us. And we just take our hands out of our pocket. You know, the homies keep back, and we were youngsters, keep back with our hands in our pants like this, home. And to the juras, they thought, you know, so they did it for a while. And then I had one jura, though. He's a good jura. He was a female jura, homes. But we lost contact. This cop, about 8 months later, he pulled me to the side one day, he searched me, he said, listen, I'm going to have to be honest with you, home. They want you, your ass is numbered, home. But I don't see it that way, but I don't go against my buddies, home. So this is what I'm going to do for you. When I'm around and I pull up, man, I know you're packing, and I know why. You guys are at war, man. How many people have you lost from your neighborhood already? 16, 17 people a year, man. I understand. But I'm going to tell you, if you're packing, you need to let me know before I search you. If I find the gun on you, you're not going to make it. Look at me, agüite. Pinche putos, ese. La gente. Anyway, they told me, so I told him, okay. He said, so I'm going to give you an opportunity, home. So I didn't pay no attention to it. I thought, nah. But sure enough, home, that jura would, when they pull up and catch all those vatos out there, he would come right to me. He put me on the wall. He said, I got manual. I said, fuck him. And he was going to they started getting ready searching. He would lean in. I said, yeah, he caught me. You know. He said, okay. He go. He find it. He just keep on. And then he'd say, turn around. And then he'd say, he's clean. He did it 2 or 3 times, Holmes. And I said, son of a bitch, Holmes. Blanca was being fair, Holmes. The trip on. But he won't leave my side though, Holmes. He makes sure to all the juras, he'd be looking, he don't move a muscle until we gone, Holmes. He made sure I understood that his partner's lives were really, really important to him, Holmes. But he gave me that respeto, you know, but we lost touch over something else. One of the informants now, named Robert Diegos, he's a fucking rata now, fucking queer. He had come to my canton many years, a bunch of bullshit, Holmes, and I listened to him, stupid ass motherfucker. Anyway, excuse my language. So that's where we're at today. Now, graffiti's in the district attorney's office. He kept his promise all those fucking years. He went after us. What happened to the other dude, believe me, Holmes, what they end up doing with the connection that's now supporting this voyeurism sound and giving them money. I mean, the drogas to the district attorneys, to Ontario PD, they're all prendidos in California.